Hello and welcome to Dell's Gaming. I'm Dell and this is From the Depths, where we are back in the campaign and you are looking at the new Rambot because Scuttlebot is no more, unfortunately, so we have now Rambot. But Rambot has not been totally taught manners, so he likes standing on the chairs by the looks of it. So maybe someone that needs to teach him a little bit of manners, that you sit in the chairs, you don't stand on them. I have been told that he is fully fortress trained and will not drip oil all over the place and knows where to do his proper oil changes without, making a mess, shall we say. So this is version 1.938, I think I'm working in now on a dev test. It seems to have gone through reasonably well. There was a few little mods I needed to make to the sailing ships with the sail attachments, but otherwise they seem to be working okay. I'm not going to go through all of the items in the latest build. Some people have already done that. I'm just going to look at things which are impacting the campaign as it is at the moment. So I'm just going to bring the resources back on. One item which has changed is now when we move around, you'll notice he'll stick a lot closer to the floor as such, but the default is to be gripping the floor. So if we go through the other changes, we now have a nice stairs block, which when going down the stairs is a nice there. I've had a few problems going up. You sort of have to jump just to start it on occasion. I've tried moving the blocks. Are they directional and need to be turned the other way? But not as useful, not as friendly going up as the ramp. But I might have a little look. It may need a little bit of the first one might have to be a ramp or something. But anyway, we'll look at that. And let's go down again. Here we go. So the other change was the amount of resources blocks. How much resources are stored in these containers. So I think it's gone down from a factor of about 5. I think it used to be, I can't remember the exact figure, but I think it was like, it's gone from 10,000 to 2,000 or something per main block. So, which is fine, that's good. Now, because of that, I have created, it's round, where is it? It's the other area, this side, I think. I have created a new resource area down here, down these steps. Let's see if we can get down there. Now it's a little waterlogged because you can't put an air pump on fortresses to evacuate the water. So if you build something under the water, unfortunately it fills up with water. But in some ways that would be good if fire was in, because it would mean we wouldn't get burning, etc. here. So we've got all some extra resource containers just in this area here, just to keep it all stored. It's a little central. We might build some more, but back up the stairs. We have again our engines, our oil facilities as well. I'll go into the other view so you can see it a little bit. See if I can get back up these stairs. Okay, get back into the bridge. Right, okay, those ones went okay. That's all right. And no, not those ones. It's not letting me up those ones. Let's try. Let's get a run up. Nope. Okay. I'll have a work on those and possibly see what needs to be done to make the stairs a little bit. So there we go, back in the chair, or standing on the chair. I have noticed this is a problem when you've got a point of view, because if you've set something up, you now need everything to have a 3 height, because he doesn't. The old Scuttlebot used to be a little lower, so it used to be about the 2 block height, so it used to look out about this level. But the Rambot on a chair tends to look out about between 2 and 3. So all of your build room heights might need to increase in some builds, but that's a minor element really. So let's get back to some proper action. We've got our, you can see, extended fuel oil storage there. So what else has changed? Well, nothing significantly. Our fleet is over here. I did originally have to bring them back for a little bit of work. I have made some change to the ironclad, the Minotaur. The Minotaur's guns have now had a bit of an upgrade. Made them a little bigger and increased their velocity a little bit and decreased their rate of fire. So they'll be a little bit fire less but a little bit more powerful. I've also brought in a another ship which we will have a quick look at, so I'll be back in a second once I've spawned it in so you can have a look at this. So welcome to the DKKM ironclad. So it's based upon what I have been building, and it's from Theo Gunther, one of the subscribers on the channel. I will post a link to the workshop version of it, so we'll have a look around. Let's get ourselves off the chair. So as you can see, it's a little, because it's sitting a little high, you can't see out the windows, which is a little annoying. So we've got a nice little award room in the back here, which is very nicely done with a poster, I must say. It's got a nice picture of Middle Earth there, actually. But yes, a much nicer ward room than my Vanguard, but very nice. So we'll go here out of this view just to have a look around the rest of the ship. So I have made a few changes to it, and I hope he doesn't mind me making a few comments about the ship. Let me just make sure it's not going to go into enemy territory for a little while. It is a ironclad as such. It's mainly made of iron, although it has got a wooden core to it. It's got broadside type guns, some nice little cram cannons there, and a big cram cannon on a little turret on the front, and one little rear chase cannon on the back. Now I did took off a few of the propellers and put a bit more sail on it, just to make it look a little bit more in keeping with the campaign. Other than that, my only comment is it's a bit unstable ship. You can see he's using the hydrofoils here to basically keep it level, because he's made it with no keel. It's a flat-bottomed vessel, which in my own view isn't great. I'm just going to make sure he doesn't go too far away and goes back into the fleet here. Isn't brilliant for a number of reasons. A, classical shaping. It is better to have something which floats naturally and doesn't need to have any sort of artificial maneuvering to be able to work. So if we I'll just bring in the Minotaur for the moment. Where are we? The Minotaur. So we're in the Minotaur, and you can see I've adjusted the seat on there so that we actually can still see out the windows there. So the Minotaur's got slightly bigger guns, but you'll notice, yes, it's got a proper keel here, which yes does use up quite a few blocks. It's not ideal. I could make this a bit better, but it means that if there's any damage to the side, it will naturally still float and keep upright. The problem with the ironclad over here is if those hydrofoils get damaged, it will quite possibly decide to turn over and go turtle, which is not a good thing. So as you can see, I've just put a couple of little barrels on the end of these, and they are a little bit bigger now, but their reload time is 14 seconds. They won't fire as fast from now on. But okay, right, we are now ready though to go for. You could see there was a resource zone just up here, so that's what we are going to be going for. So we're going to take our fleet here, in their column astern, into this battle up here, and we'll have the ribs will also be here as a supporting fleet to help them out, especially if there's any flying vehicles in the area. So let me just bring that up there to get ready for this battle, and we'll bring in the Minotaur and the new DKM ironclad. Plus I want to try and bring in the Vanguard if I can, because we haven't seen that in action with all of its broadside guns, so I think that would be quite interesting to see as well. So that's the plan. if I can. So let me just speed this up and be back when we're ready for the battle. Well, before we could actually get into the battle against the resource zone, the Deepwater Guard have decided to send a Shrike against us. So we're just bringing up the Ribs, who will get into the battle as well, hopefully. And we will battle the Shrike and then get onto this resource zone as quick as we can. Now, obviously our Ribs have got missiles, so I'm hoping they will do a quick job of taking them out. But let's have a look. I'm going to try and instigate it with the Ribs first. There we go. Excellent. And we will bring these in as well, but we're mainly going to have Ribs in here. We'll put them all back, and I think the only other ones that have some air-to-air ability are the Atlases, and it's limited, fairly limited air-to-air ability, but at least they do have some ability. So we're going to go for mainly the Ribs to come in here. So let's quickly begin this battle. Oh, and basically all of our ships have come in because the block count is so high. But the Shrike has launched some bombs at us, but there is missiles coming in. And this is a new Shrike, not like the old one. If you remember the old red and blue version that was here previously. It's still 700 blocks. And did it do some damage to us there? I'm not sure. Oh, we managed to destroy it, which is good. Hopefully. Still got some shots coming in. There's still some missiles heading its way. Because the missiles are good against the... We've got very few other aerial items good against aerial targets. I'm not sure about the DKM. He's trying to fire his autocannons by the looks of it at the target. And the DKM is... I'm going to call it DKM. It's a DKKM. I'm going to call it... Yeah, I'm going to call it the DKM though, just for... I know it's not quite right, but don't care. So the guns, ships are all firing at it. But it's skipping along the ground, so I think that's just about done. So we'll ignore that one. I'll bring you back once we are ready to go against the resource zone. And we are now in position with our main fleet, ready to take on the Sinners Outpost. Sorry, and basically see what we can do against them. We're going to bring in a little bit of a mixed team. I'm going to try to make it primarily our home fleet with some of the starting Ribs as a backup in case there's any aircraft or other nasty little items that come out of that outpost. So we'll go with the Minotaur and the Ironclad with a backup of the Vanguard. That's going to be our primary. Now, because we outpower them, I'm going to bring down the points a fair bit on here, because that outpost is very small, so we just bring it down to 10,000. So okay, that would bring in that. I'd like to bring in the Vanguard as well, so there we go, and one starting Rib. That will be fine. And then if anything else does come in, we've got the Atlases and more starting Ribs. That looks like a reasonable start. So basically it's going to be a mainly sailing ship, a broadside with the Ironclads and the Vanguard. So let's see how this battle goes. And the Ironclad is a little bit faster, and he's already firing his guns. Let's get off there and we'll see what it's like at the other end. First of all, also make sure that I'm not actually using the weapons. Nope, good. So the Ironclad's actually firing with his turreted gun. He's actually firing in a little bit easier into us here. And if the DKM's not careful, he's going to end up getting shot by there. Oh, that's the big guns from the monitor. Those 4 big guns now on the broadside. They're doing some significant damage now. You know, as the discussion goes, the cram cannons can do a lot of damage when they come in. Here's some more coming in, I think. Oh, well, that's just taken him out. We have this little whatever it was here. What is it? No, it's not a Minotaur. Sea Python. But the ribs are taking it out. I think these, those shots are a bit big to try and take it out. DKM did do its job. It did fire at the target. And here's another set of big shells coming in. And if one of those hits, which it didn't, I would expect it to totally decimate this. But it didn't. Okay. Excellent. So, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to see the Vanguard in action. I would have liked to. Look, it was just turning around just to start broadsiding as well. Typical. And but the other two did quite well. DKM here. DKKM. I'm never going to say that correct, am I? I'm always going to say it's going to be Dave, isn't it? Dave here did quite well. And the Minotaur. And I think I'm going to keep Dave in this fleet for the moment. It fits in, as I say, with this hydrofoils. Not quite classic, but close enough for us. So it's a nice build. It's very well done. You know, not going to say any against someone who's prepared to take the time to build and put it up on the channel. So let's just go here. We'll bring everything out of play. So the Ironclad, Minotaur, bring them all out, and if I do it from this one actually and do fleets, we can do it all in one go. There we go. Just repair yourselves if there's anything that needs repairing. Don't think really anybody, no one took any damage from that one there, which is fine. So we now have a resource zone to work with. We'll put our ships into a defensive area around this for the moment, because it's our new zone. So we need to think of a best way of defending and resource gathering. Now, I have been thinking about this recently and need some ideas. Is maybe having a fortress, only having one fortress, and that's the home fort here. The rest of the resource gathering could be done by ships that stay in the area, but you know, they do all of the drilling. So they just drill, and everything else then gets sent back to the home nest for processing, and that's the basic concept. So it means that we will have to keep fleets and or ships in an area to look after it. My other thought as well is an area we haven't looked at so far is dirigibles and lighter than aircraft. Now we've got a couple of particular designs, you know. You've got your dirigible, which is your Zeppelin, and then you have your basically just lighter than aircraft. And now that just means it stays out of the water a little bit and maybe goes high. There's nothing to say that your oil drills and resource collectors have to be at sea level. It is quite feasible that they could be higher. Such is, you know, you don't have to. Be that it's also very protective for them. So that might be. See what do you think? Would it be good to have a look at a dirigible style resource collector instead of the classical fortress, etc. on this one? Or maybe I might go in this one. We maybe do something which is ship based, maybe based upon a ship that sails into the area and then gathers resources, but maybe on the next one we go into maybe a dirigible based, etc. Just something different rather than the standard fortress. Other than that, my other builds that I have coming up is something a little faster to replace the starting ribs. They're doing okay, but I think I need something to replace them. So we might, the next build, which will be the next item, a build video, we'll either be doing the resource fort or the replacement for the starting rib. we'll see what's more interesting. I'll build both, and we'll put one design up which seems more interesting and fitting with the way the campaign's going. But so it's a fairly short video today. Me do a short video. What's going wrong? Something's wrong. But for the moment, hope you enjoyed it. Please click the like button as always. Until next time, keep playing and have fun.